Hello, and this is a video, an update about the breakup of the United States, the breakup of the states as we know them, coming up for us here in America. By the way, this is a global trend, but since the world's pretty large and we have only so much time, I'm focusing on only America since that's where I live and probably many of you live. So I'm updating you here in this video uh, uh, in regards to a bunch of predictive videos I posted in June of 2019 and January of 2020, January and February of 2020, regarding the coming breakup of the United States. So hi, my name is JJ. I'm from paranormaltalks.com. And if you wish to know more about paranormaltalks.com, you can just go to our website. There it is. You can scroll down and learn more about us. We are educational and we fill the educational gap that our federal and state governments and universities do not want to touch. If you want to know more about me, just click on About Us and scroll down, and there she be. Now, this is an update about the breakup of the United States. So I'll continue to update you on those videos, those predictive videos posted in June of 2019 and February of 2020, because those videos, there's 6 of them, and I pulled those 6 from 6 different sources that have a high rate of accuracy in their predictions coming true. When I say accuracy, I mean an 80 to 90% accuracy, and these 6 sources have a long track record of accuracy that spans decades and centuries, because what good is a prediction unless it's accurate, right? What good is a prediction unless it is precise, that is, as precise as possible? So number one is I'll reference a couple of the previous videos that I just mentioned, and you can refer to those. And then I'll give you some baseline information, and then we will go to the various sources that are already lining up the ducks, so to speak, for the breakup, the rearrangement of states in the United States. Okay, so as I said, here it is. Here's the reference posted in February, the first week of February. Breakup of the United States, the USA, is right on time. There is timing to these cycles, and nothing can stop them. Not even voting, not even a politician, not even a president, not even a pope. These cycles have their way with us. So here's one video. You can refer to that. And this is another source I wanted to point out that has very accurate, 90% accuracy on the timing. This is ArmstrongEconomics.com. This is his blog where he generates and shows you the graphs and charts that are generated by his quantum computer, which he calls Socrates. Okay, so this is the Socrates computer system that can provide you with those graphs. He usually embeds them in the articles he reads about. Okay, another source is this site, JSNIP4, Realist News, John Titor. I also delivered a talk from the transcripts from the chat room when John Titor, time traveler from the year 2036, showed up in the chat rooms and answered lots of questions real time of people from 1998 through till the year 2000. He was interviewed on Coast to Coast Radio, so we do know that he was a real guy. But if you want to look at these, this gentleman, his name is Joe, he created 4 really excellent videos reading the transcripts provided to him by a very close friend, associate of John Titor when he was here in 1998 to the year 2000, of what's coming up for us in America, in the United States. And John Titor does indicate that there is a breakup of the United States into about 5, maybe 7 regions here in America. So that's another source, okay? So these are baselines and references for this breakup. Now I'm going to show you real-time sites that illustrate what this looks like going forward. Now, why are we having these secession movements? Well, this is, again, global, and democracy always ends in bloodshed. Why? Why does it end in bloodshed? Because democracy is, in fact, 2 wolves and 1 sheep voting on what's for dinner. And when that happens, you have the sheep or whoever this one individual is running away to form their own place so they get what they want. Because as long as they're in this arrangement, they never get what they want. So why should they stay? Hence, we have secession. And this is happening in Europe. It's happening in Italy, in Spain. Boy, is it happening in Spain. Yeah, in Italy and in England, you know, Scotland, Ireland, all those. Yeah, it's happening all over. Okay. So what does it look like in our country? Well, here we go. Secession of the Pacific Northwest. Some Oregon residents petition to join Idaho. So here's one of those. And here it is again, 2 sheep, 2 wolves and 1 sheep. Is the sheep is frustrated by liberals, that is socialist policies. Some Oregon residents petition to leave the state by moving the border with Idaho because the the Idahoans that are just across the border from them, they are more in compliance with what they like. Um, that is, these Oregons who are in the east part of the state, they will never get what they want, no matter how much they vote. So democracy does not work for them. So they have to leave so they can join with Idaho. That's a secession movement. And of course, California, here we go. The secession of California. Advocates get an okay to collect signatures for an initiative. And this occurred in April of 2018. So split California into 3 states. A couple of years ago, they were talking about breaking it up into anywhere from 6 to 9 states, but it looks like now they're down to 3. And what this consists of is all the socialists, communists who live all along the coast, you know, the Santa Barbaras, the Los Angeles, the San Franciscos, you know, the urban areas. That's where all the socialists gather. Let them have their own state all along the border there, and then all east and probably north, they will have their own state. So when they vote, they get what they want because they are not getting it now. Okay, Virginia. This happened in 1781. Yes, okay, this happened in 1781. That's where West Virginia actually came from. It was part of the Greater Virginia, and they broke off in 1871, and it was finalized in 1873. Yes, something like that. And so it's happening again. This cycle has returned to us again, as well as the Second American Civil War. A lot of the secession happens during civil wars. So this is the future West Virginia, and the state of Virginia becomes much smaller. And if you scroll down to this article, it has a lot of analysis of what it would look like. So here are a lot of the counties who are very Republican, so to speak. All of these guys, probably more of them through here from the update I've seen lately. But by the way, we don't need legislatures to vote on this. Is the citizens can do it themselves with the help of the elected sheriff of the county. So the legislatures who are in very socialist, communist urban areas like Richmond, Virginia, they cannot stop these secessions. And this will become ever more so as we get close to the year 2032. I should probably show you that graph as well. Let's jump to that. Let's stop sharing here, and let's jump to this one. Okay, so where do we get this? This is from the Socrates computer systems. You can see these patterns. This is a public pattern. This is a private pattern. Public means government. This is the government pattern that happens. Private, this is private commercial companies, private individuals, private small businesses. And each one of these patterns are made up of 6 cycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And according to the Socrates quantum computer system, which generates these graphs in the year 2032, December of 2032, this is the peak of this particular pattern that we are in the midst of right now. We are right in here. We've just started here. You see, this is 2020. This is January 2020, where these secession movements really kicked in, began really kicking in, along with the Second American Civil War. Is we are right in here, and things will get far more exciting for us right in here, and really blow out. Become way more exciting here in 2024. But in 2032, this is the beginning of the breakup of the United States as we know it in the year 2032. Okay, I wanted to show you that from the Socrates computer system. Down here at the bottom, Martin Armstrong, 2012, this was generated. Okay, let's go back to these sites. So it does continue. Another website from the Washington Times. Interesting, isn't this? Isn't this an interesting article? Don't see the date on it. Why do they hide the date? Anyway, embracing the state secession movement. Indeed, it is a movement, and it is in play. And these things don't stop until they are finished. Make America small again. Not exactly small, but here's a suggestion, or here's just a nice graphic that shows people reconfiguring their living in state lines so they get what they want when they vote, because democracy does not work so well for that. And you can take a look at that article. And then this site is John Mark. It's quite excellent, very in-your-face, realistic, and truthful. We like the truth, not this political correct fantasy stuff. It doesn't help us so much. Is the map that solves America's political problems, so that we get what we want. Secession fever spikes in 5 states as conservatives seek to escape blue rule. Absolutely. If conservatives vote for something that they want so they can have a prosperous, happy life, then they want that. They don't want the votes that the Democrats, socialists vote. So take a look at that. There we are. John Mark has regular updates on the breakup of the United States, on the secessions of the states and the state lines in the United States is very good. But the actual thing that really happens, when it actually becomes nailed down and really firm, is it begins in 2032 in earnest. And there's going to be a lot of reconfiguration. These are very exciting times when these full patterns finish up after their 6 cycles go through. Yeah, they're really very exciting. So that's the update of the breakup of the United States happening in the year 2032. So gird your loins. We are in for a wild ride, not only in America, but around the world. But let's do the best we can here in this country. But knowing what's coming up, most of all, prepares you psychologically. That's 70% of the battle, is having your head on straight. And these predictions are here to help you with that. So gird your loins. Here we go. See you next time. This is JJ. Bye.